Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back in with another cryptocurrency video. Today we're going to be looking at Polygon, which was previously known as the MATIC network. And I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about this crypto, what it does exactly in terms of scaling Ethereum, and what that means for Polygon itself. How big can it grow? Because this has been one of the most hyped coins in the last few weeks and absolutely blew up in terms of price this past year. And it's not without reason, right? Now it has become basically one of the front running, pretty much the best Ethereum layer 2 scaling solution. And I think that's going to continue. I don't think that there's really going to be many other layer 2 solutions that actually come out and overtake Polygon. I think this is it. I think this will be the main scaling solution for Ethereum. And for that reason, we're going to see a lot of value locked come into the Polygon network. And that's actually going to correlate directly to the market cap. So as you can see here, the total value locked in Polygon is over $11 billion and the market cap is 13 billion. You basically want these two levels to be as similar as possible, right? Typically, these DeFi / network coins tend to correlate directly to the amount of value locked they have. And right now it's a little bit above that, so it could drop back down a bit. But basically, right, I expect this total value lock to increase significantly in the coming months. And with that, you're going to see the market cap rise in correlation to the increase in total value locked. Now, this can be a little bit complicated to understand, maybe if you're new to crypto and don't understand how all these networks exactly work. There's no problem with that. And by the way, if you want to actually buy and invest in Polygon, which still has the MATIC ticker, check out Binance. It's the exchange I use myself. I'm not sponsored by them. That's where there's the most volume, and that's where I trade all my cryptos. So if you want to invest in Polygon, make sure to check out Binance. It's my favorite exchange. Like I said, not sponsored by them, and I'll leave a link to them in the description of this video. So moving forward here, let's look a little bit about what the Polygon network is exactly and how much it helps Ethereum. And then I'm going to be telling you how much money I think is going to be coming into Polygon and the price target for that. And we're also going to be looking at a more detailed analysis on the actual chart itself. So I also wanted to point out that Mark Cuban has now invested in Polygon, right? And he said that he was a Polygon user himself, and he found himself using it more and more. So that is one of the reasons why he invested in it. Is in terms of crypto, I think Mark Cuban has a pretty good read on the market, and he invested in Dogecoin at a very good time. Obviously, he's a big proponent of Ethereum and now of Polygon, and I agree with his thinking on this 100%. Now, in terms of the improvement that you're going to find on Polygon, we're going to go over to the old website here where it was still the MATIC branding. But as you can see, right, it has high throughput. It can scale to millions of transactions on a sidechain tree architecture and up to 65,000 transactions a second on a single MATIC chain. Also, in terms of scalability, this is miles ahead of Ethereum, right? So what you're going to see, Ethereum itself, right, the chain itself is practically unusable for most people in terms of the fees, right? Ranging typically, from what I've experienced, typically around $50 a transaction. It can go as high as over $100, right? That's just too high for most people unless you're moving huge amounts of money. And for that reasons, blockchains that are much more efficient, or sidechains that are much more efficient and much cheaper especially, have just been taken over. Typically, Binance Coin has given a huge competition to Ethereum. Now Ethereum might actually be able to take some of that back with Polygon, right? So you look at the current market cap of Binance. That's also a good indication of where we might be heading next for Polygon as well. And like I said, I'll be giving you my exact price prediction in a bit, but basically, right, I can see in a matter of months the market cap of Polygon, moving up to $30 billion or even more, right? 30, 50 billion, $60 billion. That's really what I can see happening in a matter of months, and that will also be directly correlated to the market cap of Ethereum and how much of Ethereum is actually locked up into, or Ethereum tokens are actually locked up into MATIC in terms of value, right? Which I think is going to be about 30 to 40% of the network in a matter of months. So I'm expecting a huge move over already. That a significant amount has moved over to Polygon. I expect that to continue, right? 30 to 40% of the Ethereum tokens will actually have fully moved over to Polygon and will be on there, right? which will directly correlate to that increase in price for Polygon. So that, is currently at 2 times, 3 times, maybe 4 times from the current price. So you can expect, 4, 6, possibly, a move to $10 by early 2022, end of 2021. I think by mid 2022, we will absolutely have reached a $10 level for MATIC. So that's a pretty big call, but I think it's completely doable. And once again, let's look a little bit about the network here. I also wanted to point out the fees that are, basically nothing on Polygon, right? Compared to, we're talking less than a cent compared to 20, 50, 60, over $100 on Ethereum, right? So when you have that much of a cheaper option, people naturally move over to the cheapest option available. And, it's faster, it's more efficient. There's no reason not to move over to Polygon. It's very secure, very safe. You can see here, right, the advertising it. Scale your decentralized app in 30 minutes. You can see the amount of decentralized apps, and these are some major decentralized apps in DeFi that have moved over or have integrated Polygon, right, including 1inch, Curve Finance, MStable, AutoFarm, SushiSwap, Beefy Finance. What else? These are major projects, Injective Protocol, that have now integrated Polygon into their DeFi project, right? And you're just going to see that continue, in my opinion, once again. So it's built by developers for developers. That's why it might be a little bit complicated to understand for some, but the idea here is really that you can integrate this into different blockchains, and it makes everything work more easily together, right? You can see the previous issues and challenges and limitations with Ethereum's blockchain development, and now Polygon, right, the protocol and framework that is able to fix that, right? So you have one-click deployment of preset blockchain networks, and you can see how much easier and simpler this makes everything, right? And with that, you get all these benefits, right? You have the scalability that comes in, the increased security, the better user experience with, almost zero gas transactions and instant deterministic transaction finality. Of course, right, full ETH compatibility, that goes without saying. And you can see the apps that have moved over. Like I said, co-founders are some very smart people in computer science who have built out all of this. And also, if I go back over here, right, it's actually backed by Coinbase and Binance. So the Coinbase and Binance were literally basically initial investors in Polygon, and that just speaks about how much trust they had in them to actually back this. And now we're seeing it become an absolute powerhouse in terms of DeFi and in terms of scaling Ethereum. And I'm not really going to go into more detail. There's no reason to get into the technicals here because for the average person, all you need to know is that it basically is the winning, that's what I believe, the winning layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum. And now it's just a matter of how much of Ethereum tokens are going to move over to Polygon. And like I said, my best prediction, based on my experience, based on my knowledge of the space, easily 30 to 40% within a matter of months are going to actually move over to Polygon. So basically, that means that whatever the market cap of Ethereum is right now, $300 billion. Well, if 30% of that moves over to Polygon, that's going to be a $90 billion market cap for Polygon, right? And that's over, that's basically a 9 times increase from where it is now. So that is a pretty big deal. Obviously, it will not surpass Ethereum for the most part. That's not going to happen, but it can definitely gain a lot of market share based on how much of Ethereum users and Ethereum tokens get moved over to Polygon, like I said. So that is the most important thing to understand for getting an idea of how Polygon works, and also to be able to kind of predict the market cap and price, right? So like I said, we've seen a huge increase. It got a pretty big dip here on the recent pullback, and jumped back up very quickly. Now we're going to look at the chart and see, is this actually going to fall back down lower, or are we just going to break a new all-time high? And like I said, if you are interested in investing in Polygon, the MATIC token, I recommend Binance as my favorite exchange. And once again, I'll leave a link to that in the description of this video. So moving over to the actual chart here, like I said, tremendous increase, over 9,000% increase this past year alone. And right now, even with the huge run up that we've seen, it's actually still very strong, right? Even on the RSI, we've been holding up. The MACD, we're still back above the orange line. So still basically bullish, but we are very high. And now we did see, a actual lower high. So from here, right, unless we're going to be able to break back above this high over here around $2.70, which to be honest is not impossible, right? In the crypto space, if we do continue to see a bounce, we will probably break above that. However, if Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market ends up flipping lower again and pulling back down another 20 to 30%, that will probably be mimicked on Matic as well. But I expect this to be one of the stronger cryptocurrencies, and on any drop to be bought back up pretty quickly. But with that being said, is it absolutely possible that we go back down to $1.50 or even as low as 87 cents right here at this orange line? Yes, that's absolutely possible. We have gone up tremendously, but on any of those drips, I would consider Matic to be a huge buying opportunity. And that's not financial advice, that's just my personal opinion. I might actually buy some on any type of bigger dip here because if we go back down as low as 54 cents, that would be a tremendous buying opportunity in my opinion. And I'm just putting in some of the support levels here so you can see kind of where we might see a bounce if any drops happen. But basically, the white middle Bollinger Band line is a key level. We already moved below that, though. We actually went down to the orange line already, which was the 50-day moving average. And now that we saw this, it's very likely that we do come back down to around $1.50 and actually stabilize around that level. That seems pretty likely to me right now. And in terms of an actual sort of crash lower, that is going to be more and more less likely as time goes on. And as if we really start to stabilize near $1.50 or $1, then I'm not too worried about any type of drop lower. And in a worst case scenario, we're going to be looking at that 54.7 level, which would probably be bought up extremely quickly and would just be a tremendous buying opportunity. At which point I would definitely buy in, even at around $1.50 and $1. I will be considering entering into a large position on Matic. And like I said, right, even though we might see a pullback right now, that is just due to the general market conditions. That has nothing to do with Polygon. I actually think that, like I said, in a matter of a few months down the line, right, end of 2021, beginning of 2022, we could see Matic grow very easily into a 30, 50 billion dollar plus market cap extremely quickly. And for that reason, right, at $2, at even $2.70, it doesn't really matter. If you have the long-term outlook that possibly a majority of the Ethereum network will actually move over to Polygon, then it goes without saying that there's no doubt that at current levels, even as high as $2.70, the previous all-time high, even at $3, that is still a very good price in the long term. And that's how I view Polygon and the Matic network. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Once again, you can trade and invest in the Matic token, which was the previous name of Polygon and is trading on Binance, which is the best cryptocurrency exchange. Link to that in the description. Make sure to check out my technical analysis master course if you want to learn technical analysis trading. Less than $20, 30-day money-back guarantee, and great reviews. And finally, make sure to follow me on Twitter for live cryptocurrency market updates. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Stay safe and have a great day. I'll see you next time.